And Seth Delay, in many ways, is behind the 8-ball in this double Jeopardy sudden death matchup for the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Championship. And again, only 2 participants involved in any sequence at one time. The man who gets pinned is all of a sudden in the hot seat. And if that man is pinned within the next segment, within the next sequence, he is eliminated from this matchup and doesn't have a hope in hell of becoming the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champ.
Going to be interesting to see who starts this matchup out. It's going to tell a lot of the story of things to come. And Matt Sydal and Sal Rinauro are going to be starting this matchup. Rinauro trying to get anybody in. Sydal is just a little bit irritated with Rinauro after trying to make out with his girlfriend 2 matches ago.
And interesting, nobody wanted to tag Sal Rinauro. Well, actually, Matt Sydal wants to, in his own way.
Big spin kick there by Sydal. He's going right to Rinauro. Going right to it. Oh! Double underhook, sit out, face slam by Sydal. No. 2 count.
I wonder if this completely goofy Delirious has any idea of the rules of this matchup.
Thumb to the eye.
Oh my, Sal meets up with a drop kick right in the mush. But Rinauro manages to get a left shoulder up in time. This is quite an exciting matchup. First time ever.
The tag made in to the powerhouse of this group, Ray Gordy. He goes in by Sydal, catches him early with a backslide. Gordy charges in with a forearm.
Whoa.
This guy's a monster.
Turning Matt Sydal inside out.
When it comes to the junior division, Gordy is like a baby gorilla, a locomotive. He may not be very big in size, but when it comes to these guys, he is a muscle-bound maniac.
Interesting, although he certainly does resemble his father, not so much of the Freebird era, I'm talking about the Japanese era of Terry Gordy. And I think that's pretty much what Ray Gordy aspires to. And so far, so good in that category.
Gordy's just a badass. And now Rinauro, with a little help from Gordy, manages to get the upper hand on Matt Sydal.
Interesting cooperation. This doesn't seem to be a key ingredient in this matchup here, but we're seeing a little bit going on here.
Slams his head into the turnbuckle. Tag made back into Gordy. Now it looks like Gordy and Rinauro are deciding to work together here.
Snap suplex from Ray Gordy. Matt Sydal kicking out in time as the match is in its infancy. Matt Sydal trying to go behind Ray Gordy. Ray Gordy returning the favor.
Goes for a German suplex. Sydal total rotation, lands on his feet. Roll through at a bridge. Gordy. That's 1 pinfall against Gordy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ray Gordy has now been pinned. That is his first pinfall. He is now on the hot seat.
Which means Ray Gordy cannot tag out.
Gordy, no tag is legal. And these 2 men had 2 hellacious time limit draws as the junior heavyweight champion Seth Delay gets in here. Gordy has come within an inch of defeating Delay, has not been able to do so. And a tag made into Altar Boy Luke.
And all of these participants here are now descending upon Ray Gordy as a sitting duck of sorts. Oh my God! Yeah, some sitting duck.
Gordy just laying it in to Altar Boy Luke.
Thunderous kicks to the kidneys.
A locomotive is Ray Gordy. Oh, German suplex on his head. And there's one for Luke.
That is Altar Boy Luke's first pinfall. He is now on the hot seat.
So Gordy has saved himself by pinning Luke, and he gets out of the match. A smart maneuver, because if he's not in the ring, he can't get pinned.
Yeah, good match. Very good strategy point there. But Altar Boy Luke is now in a bad position. Altar Boy Luke cannot tag out.
Big fireman's carry neck breaker by Altar Boy Luke.
Interesting seeing Sal Rinauro pinning his longtime tag team partner, Seth Delay. Oh my.
Big scissors kick there by the Altar Boy. Now he has to get a pinfall on somebody else or he's out of this matchup.
So obviously all the combatants of this matchup are licking their chops at Altar Boy Luke. He's the man ripe for the pinning. He's the man. Look at this. A slap fest while standing on their heads.
A little bit of crouching tiger, hidden dragon there on NWA Wildside. Big double clothesline.
And that side out tags his longtime nemesis, the most bizarre Delirious, who's no less bizarre this evening.
This guy has to be on some hard stuff. Spiral powerbomb by Altar Boy Luke, but Delirious manages to kick out. Luke was really hoping to get himself out of the hot seat with that big maneuver there, but to no avail. And now the Altar Boy is climbing to the top here.
But unfortunately doing it rather slowly, giving Delirious plenty of time to hop up there. But just like that, the tide turns.
The Altar Boy taking his time, and he's being cautious due to that second rope, and I don't blame him. Wait a minute. The Angel of Death Azrael.
Oh, my God!
Oh, God! He's burning!
No, I think the fire missed him, but it blinded him. Oh, my God! Altar Boy Luke has been eliminated.
Altar Boy Luke's second successive pinfall. Altar Boy Luke has been eliminated from the match.
Who had any idea that Azrael was going to be involved in this?
What the hell was the meaning of that?
What does Azrael have to deal with Altar Boy Luke? I guess the point is moot now is Altar Boy Luke has been eliminated just like that.
I don't think the fire got him completely, but he's definitely been shaken here. He doesn't appear to be severely burned. Well, maybe he does. There's no physical damage from what I could see, and that's a good thing. But Altar Boy Luke needs to get some medical attention, and we still got a junior division match here underway, the first ever double Jeopardy match here in Wildside.
And it's the present Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champ, Cool Seth Delay, mixing it up with Delirious. And the fly-eating, bug-eating Delirious hits the mat hard, courtesy of the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champ.
Seth Delay, been one hell of a champion, had a hell of a run. He really has the odds stacked against him here tonight, but he does not care. He said he was going to be a fighting champion from day one, and he was proud to enter this matchup. You know, he stated to me, he said that if he could survive this matchup, he could go down in the record books as one of the greatest Wildside Junior Heavyweight champions of all time.
I agree.
And I'm not going to argue that point, and I don't think that's cockiness from Seth Delay. That is realizing the importance of this matchup and the amazing challenge that the champion has ahead of him.
In many ways, it's really unfair for the Junior Heavyweight Champion to be put in this predicament, but again, when you're the champion, I mean, you're the target, not so much of your opponents, but in some ways, the matchmakers of the organization that you wrestle for.
Already one elimination from this matchup as Altar Boy Luke tacked for seemingly no reason by the Angel of Death Azrael. Of course, when dealing with the NWA Elite, there is always a reason, but why? Why, oh why? What agenda did the Angel of Death have with Altar Boy Luke? I'm sure we're going to find out a lot more about that in the future.
I think the point is, if you're not in the NWA, oh my God! That's the end of Seth Delay. No! Delay manages to roll a shoulder in time. And the point is that if you're not in the NWA Elite, you are an enemy of the NWA Elite, and that makes you fair game for burning by the Angel of Death, I would guess. That's...
But why not Gordy? Why not Rinauro? Why not Sydal? Why not the Junior Heavyweight Champion?
I guess going one at a time, but obviously they had their eyes on Altar Boy Luke. Hopefully we'll get a progress report on Altar Boy Luke. Hopefully, I think he's all right.
Well, if you look at the track record of any serial killer, wait a minute! Sunset flip. Cool Seth Delay almost had him. He may very well have him. Cradle DDT. Delirious is now in the hot seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Delirious has now been pinned. He is on the hot seat.
And once again, as the rules state, Delirious cannot pin anybody.
Ever the opportunist, Sal Rinauro tags in Cool Seth Delay and is now going to try to capitalize on the fact that Delirious is in the hot seat.
But Delirious is not out yet. He was able to roll his shoulder up. despite the best laid plans of young Sal Rinauro. I don't think Tully Blanchard would have done it quite like that, but maybe Tully Jr. Oh, Sal with a swift kick to the back of the bug-eating Delirious.
Do you have proof of that?
I do not see any moss flying around the NWA arena. Which is about the only good reason to have Delirious here, I would think.
He's a hell of a talent.
He certainly is.
Just out there.
But strange diet.
Space Cadet.
Hard to believe a Space Cadet involved in pro wrestling. I think it's the first. And it's Sal Rinauro cinching in with a rear chinlock on Delirious. The crowd is behind Delirious because how could you possibly be behind Sal Rinauro? And Rinauro grabbing those long dreadlocks, for lack of a better term, from the mask of Delirious. Yeah, here we go, Sal.
Thumb to the eye there by Rinauro. Tag made into Gordy. And Delirious is still on the hot seat. And if I were Delirious, I would rather be anywhere than on the receiving end of forearm shots from this guy or moves like that. Twisting Fisherman's Buster, but a powerhouse from Chattanooga, Tennessee, the son of the legendary Terry Bam Bam Gordy, Ray Gordy, here tonight.
But Delirious actually kicked out of that and fairly quickly. I guess it's this instinct working there because I don't think there seemed to be a lot of fight left in Delirious at this stage in the game. And once again, a show of cooperation between Ray Gordy and Sal Rinauro. And Sal Rinauro doesn't exactly scream cooperation with anybody. That's pretty darn remarkable. And the Cabbage Patch. Thought that was outlawed at the bingo hall a number of years ago. Thanks for bringing that back. And Rinauro with a leg on the throat of Delirious. Initially unbeknownst to the eyes of referee Mike Posey.
Kick to the face by Delirious. He's got him hooked. Having a little trouble getting him up. But managed to nail him with a version of the Fisherman's Buster.
Did he just say something?
The hell?
Something in vitro fertilizer. They never picked him for a gardener. I don't know. Oh my.
That's the new Phoenix Fury leg drop. As he calls it, what a maneuver.
His second consecutive pinfall. He has been eliminated.
Now Delirious is out of the game. We're down to 4 competitors. Happily, Azrael didn't come out and burn someone else in the meantime. And it seems that cool Seth Delays forming a bit of an alliance here with Matt Sydal, because seemingly Gordy and Sal Rinauro working on one themselves. It's turning into a seemingly a bit of an ad hoc tag match, which is not the rules. I hope they haven't forgotten the somewhat complicated rules of this double Jeopardy elimination matchup here. And the two combatants who know each other better than probably anyone in the NWA Wildside dressing room, Seth Delay and Sal Rinauro. Mixing up with a pair of collar and elbows, and followed up with that patented Sal slap. Guess you call it a bitch slap, since Sal qualifies under that category as well. Busy man.
What a rivalry these two have had, going all the way back to their beginnings as G-rated, the comedy duo here on NWA Wildside Television, and both men have come a long way.
Sal Rinauro, of course, a junior heavyweight champion of some renown. Defended that title quite a number of months here at the NWA Arena.
Lost the title to cool Seth Delay. The rivalry has been, it's been ongoing even since their earliest days, and these two guys know each other better than anybody. They know each other like the back of their hands. They know the counters to each counter. Leapfrog there by Delay. And a big drop kick.
Yeah, they're both familiar with each other in some respects, but the fact both these competitors have grown so much in a fairly recent amount of time, and in some respects, there are some strange moves that they have not encountered.
Big vertical suplex by cool Seth Delay. Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion made it down to the Final Four.
And at the moment, neither of these men are in the hot seat, but I'm sure something that Seth Delay would love to put Rinauro in there in no time flat. I'd say a switch kick to the kidney seems to be the move of the night, doesn't it, Dan? Can't argue with this effectiveness. Ooh! If it's any consolation, Sal, you won't be itching back there anytime soon.
Scoop and a slam by Seth Delay. He may be going for the reverse 450 splash here. No, he's facing vertical. Looks like it could be the flying squirrel. No!
Oh, my! And he lands on the extended knees of Rinauro.
Delay took his time, and he's paying for it. And now Ray Gordy.
Oh, my!
Full rotation. Nasty slam.
Boy, that it is. The powerhouse of Ray Gordy. Oh, my.
And big inverted DDT.
Oh, thunderous kick to the back of the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champ. Ray Gordy, in many ways, looks unstoppable tonight.
He's just mauling him, Steve.
And a fisherman suplex on Seth Delay. That Delay still manages to kick out, but not with much authority, but still enough to get rid of that 3 count.
One of the maneuvers that made the late Kurt Hennig famous, the fisherman suplex. And Gordy had it locked, but Seth Delay still had enough in him to kick out, and with the power of Gordy, that is impressive. Now Rinauro in the ring. Delay kicks out yet again.
Once again, the kickouts are being progressively less and less forceful. Obviously, Ray Gordy and Rinauro are definitely taking a toll on the body of Seth Delay. But Seth still manages to fight back, only to meet up with a high leg lariat, sending the junior heavyweight champ down. How interesting how this kind of turned into a bit of a tag team affair. It doesn't really need to be that way, but it's kind of turned into one.
Well, looks like the allegiances have certainly been made here. Springboard clothesline by Rinauro.
Rinauro's offense tonight has overall been really on the money. And remember, this is a man who's actually competed once already this evening, defeating Daizee Haze in more of a competitive matchup than anybody would have guessed. That match was for the 6th slot. And Rinauro, in many ways, wants his Junior Heavyweight Championship back. This is how you go about it. Double Jeopardy for the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Championship. And you don't have to pin the champion to do it. But you get about to be an endurable guy. Oops. Sal jumping up and down like a Mexican jumping bean.
Rinauro finding himself in quite the awkward predicament.
Yeah, no loss. Cool Seth Delay was hoping for a moon for a Hurricane Rana there. Oh dear.
There's the Cool Crusher.
Is that? Whoop. Yes, that was a 3 count.
Salvatore Rinauro has been pinned once. He is now on the hot seat.
Which means he can't tag his newfound buddy, Ray Gordy. And Matt Sydal hoping for a quick, might as well go for the quick pin attempt. But Rinauro way too close to the ropes, able to get a leg in that bottom rope.
Tell you got to think Gordy is really picking his opportunities here, really picking his spots. Look at that corkscrew suplex by Sydal.
How's Ray Gordy picking his spots here?
Well, his activity in this matchup has been very limited. He's taken most of his opportunity to stay outside the ring, get a little damage done when he comes in, and then he tags right back out. His involvement in this matchup has been extremely minimal, and that's a smart maneuver by Gordy because, as I said earlier, he can't get pinned that way.
That's true, but he also can't win that way by spending that much time out in the row. How about you'll be among the final two if you're successful at it, but that, in many ways, is a big if. Remember now, this is the days of the blind tag.
This is true. Gordy does look to be letting everybody else do the work. Then he's going to come in there and clean up the wreckage.
It's a good approach if successful at it, and you certainly can argue with the success of Ray Gordy in his young career.
Big hip toss by Sydal.
And Matt Sydal probably has more hatred for Sal Rinauro than just about anybody. After that ridiculous chicanery that Sal Rinauro did with his girlfriend, Daizee Haze. Oh my.
Neck breaker onto the knee by Rinauro. Innovative maneuver and effective, but not effective enough. Sydal manages to kick out once more.
Look, Sal Rinauro is trying to get some kind of confirmation from the face of Ray Gordy, and Ray Gordy's expression doesn't change at all. Ray Gordy's running the gamut, the emotional gamut from A to B. And there's that patented Sal Rinauro elbow drop. Still not enough to pin the shoulders down of Matt Sydal. What's it going to take? What is Sal doing?
Going for the chalupa crunch. Did not succeed.
Oh my goodness.
Sydal with his own version of the aftershock.
And Rinauro's been eliminated.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Salvatore Rinauro's second consecutive pinfall. He has been eliminated.
Sal Rinauro's dreams of a junior heavyweight championship are not going to be coming true tonight. It's down to Ray Gordy, Matt Sydal, and the present junior heavyweight champ, Cool Seth Delay, as Sydal and Ray Gordy are duking it out.
Sydal and Gordy really going toe-to-toe. Sydal trying to get out of there. I don't think he wanted to mix it up with Gordy.
Boy, Delay's having no problem mixing it up with the eminently more powerful Ray Gordy. As Delay and Gordy have definitely had some genuine issues here. Oh my.
And Gordy just muscled him down. Turning it over into a Boston Crab. Oh, look at him. He's bending him in half. He's bending him in half. Delay has to be on the verge of submission. A spine is not meant to bend that way.
He may be primed for a submission, but this is his first junior heavyweight championship ever.
Delay's got tremendous leg strength and using that to get Gordy down. Unbelievable.
But unfortunately for Delay, Ray Gordy rolled into the ropes. Oh my God. Swift kicks, boy, I'll tell you, very educated and powerful feet from the son of Terry Bam Bam Gordy on display here tonight at Wildside version 5.0.
Ray Gordy showing a little bit of cockiness. But Seth Delay turns it around. Nip up Hurricanrana.
But Ray Gordy was having none of it. Manages to kick out at 2.
Yet another Hurricanrana.
And Delay is definitely quick on the mark, making sure that pin attempt that follows immediately after the offensive move.
He went for the cool crusher. Gordy thinking on his feet, scouted the move out. He's got Delay. Oh, good grief. Variation on a Michinoku driver. And Delay is in the hot seat.
Seth Delay's first pinfall loss. He is now on the hot seat.
The champion on the hot seat, not something we expected to see.
Certainly isn't. Hell, but you definitely go for a pin attempt right away. But Delay able to get his shoulder up. Oh boy, Seth Delay in no shape. This will be the first, I believe, pin, or rather tag, between Ray Gordy and Matt Sydal. And there's the famous blind tag.
Gordy made the tag. He is intent on going back to that strategy.
And interesting, something like Matt Sydal, not interested in being involved in this matchup with his newfound friend, Seth Delay, but Hell, all's fair in love and World Wildside Junior Heavyweight Championships.
Got the half crab. Now on cool Seth delay. The Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion who is in the hot seat.
One more pin on the shoulders of Seth Delay, or a concession by Seth Delay. We will be having a new Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champ. But that might be a big if, knowing the fighting heart that Seth Delay brings with him 24/7. And Matt Sydal's ready to go up to the top rope. You might want to do it today, Matt. Heading up to the top rope, going up rather slowly. Oh, is that poetry in motion? As Sydal goes flailing down to the rope, that drop kick from Seth Delay. Oh, all for naught, though.
Seth Delay trying valiantly to fight his way out of the hot seat here. The only way he can do that is to get a pinfall on Sydal. But with a landing like that, he could very well do it. No.
Oh, Matt Sydal tried to duck a charging drop kick, but only got a part of it.
3 consecutive drop kicks by Delay.
And Seth Delay setting Matt Sydal up. But Delay heading up to the top rope. Whoa, very slowly. Oh, my. Ray Gordy knocking off the perch of the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champ.
Springboard 450 by Sydal. And we're going to have a new champion, fans.
Seth Delay's second successive pinfall loss. He has been eliminated.
Either Ray Gordy or Matt Sydal are about to become the new Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion.
And now we're in the finals here. And the first person to get that first pinfall,
Matt Sydal has been pinned once. He is now on the hot seat.
And Gordy going for another pin attempt immediately. And in comes Daizee Haze to cheer her man on. And he can use as much help as he can get with Ray Gordy in the ring.
Nasty powerbomb by Gordy.
Oh. A split second away from Ray Gordy becoming the new Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion. Matt Sydal says, But how much is he able to do that, withstanding the power of Ray Gordy?
Sydal trying his damnedest to get himself out of this predicament. A kick like that, well.
What is Sydal doing? Oh, my God. Careful, Matt. Oh, my God.
Big moonsault to the outside by Matt Sydal. He's got his sights set on that junior championship. In the hot seat or not, Sydal. They're busting ass to try to get the victory here over Ray Gordy.
I would figure after that maneuver, certainly Ray Gordy would be ripe for the pinning. Matt Sydal begs to differ. Obviously, there's a lot of firepower taken out of the midsection of Matt Sydal.
Shooting star press.
Oh, my goodness.
Ray Gordy has now been pinned by Matt Sydal with 2 participants remaining in the ring. The next pinfall will determine our winner.
The next pinfall, the hot seat rule is out now. With 1 pinfall apiece, the hot seat rule goes out the window.
Actually, in many ways, these guys are sort of, they're both in the hot seat, actually. The next guy who gets pinned doesn't have a chance of becoming the Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion for quite some time.
Sydal had a bad landing there. As Ray Gordy knocked the stuffing out of him, but the kid's fighting back. You got to give him credit.
And somersaulting that leg onto the back of the neck of Ray Gordy, and Ray Gordy might be right for the pin-in. Do we? No, we do not. Kicking out at 2. either Matt Sydal or Ray Gordy to become the new Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion.
He's got him in an octopus hold.
Oh, wait a second. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but Sal Rinauro is making his way once again to Daizee Haze. Can we have this conversation backstage? Oh, Sal wants a kiss. What a nice kiss that was. Yeah, Daisy's got romance in his soul. Or soul, there.
Yeah, he got kissed all right.
Hope we have no more interludes like that.
Wait a minute, Gordy's got him. Tiger suplex. He breaks him in half, and we got a new champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Matt Sydal's second pinfall loss. Your winner and new NWA Wildside Junior Heavyweight Champion, Ray Gordy.
You can certainly say he earned it. One of the longest matchups in recent Wildside memory.